So hello everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic day today and welcome to another video. Now, I've been making countless Steam Deck videos over the past year, and basically ever since I did unbox it and played around with it, I've basically collected a bunch of accessories to try out and see which ones fit best. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys some of my favorite accessories as well as some tips on purchasing different accessories and stuff to look out for when you're looking for any of these. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about what's actually on the Steam Deck itself, and that's the D-brand kill switch case. I did a video on this over a year ago, and a lot of my points still stand on it. This is a fantastic case that has held up extremely well. Now, a lot of people don't really care about having these kinds of cases, but I find the normal Steam Deck to feel a little bit slippery when in the hands. Just having this little textured grip all around with a case, it just makes it feel much more sturdy in the hands. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall off when I'm playing for long sessions, and it adds some protection as well. So yeah, also comes with some nice skins, so if you really want to personalize it, you can do that. And it comes with this removable kit stand if you really wanted to, so with SD card holders here. So if you really want to do that, it's nice to have. Now, it is pricey, so if you want a secondary recommendation for a case like this, the JSOX one from a year ago that I posted before, still a great option from what I've seen. But if you have the budget for this, I still think the kill switch is more than worth its value. Alright, let's next talk about travel cases and travel bags. Now, it's no surprise that Valve has included a case with every Steam Deck, and this case is actually surprisingly really nice. That is bundled for free basically with your Steam Deck. It's a very sturdy case, and for very basic application for just carrying a Steam Deck, it's the way to go. But it has some limitations, obviously, since you can't, if you have a grip, like if you have a case for example, you can't really guarantee it to fit in here all the time, and it doesn't hold many accessories. Like literally, like this back pocket here that they have literally is, I can only really fit like a charger in here, so that's kind of sucky. So if you wanted to carry extra accessories, that's really not an option. So if you really want to do like a Steam Deck focus carry, the bag I would always recommend and will always recommend is this one from TomTalk. This is like a very Steam Deck focused one, but it works for every other PC handheld, like the stuff from Asus, Lenovo, all of them fit in here. So here, let me go ahead and turn it off for a second, but if you want, right, put your Steam Deck in here, do it like that, and you have ample space for not just your charger, but controllers, headphones, you know, keyboards, hubs, all the bells and whistles for a Steam Deck. Now, if you're not really interested or you just don't really like the look for this bag, as long as you can find a bag that works for you and fits the Steam Deck and the accessories, it's pretty much fine. But for a Steam Deck focus everyday carry and a Steam Deck focus travel bag, I think this is the best of the best. Alright, next on my list is a battery bank. Now, it's no surprise that the Steam Deck is great at battery life for lower TDPs, my mistake, but if you want to play any of those more demanding titles that suck up more power, you're going to have some problems with some battery life if you're off the charger for a while. Say that you're on a road trip and you play, you know, I don't know, like Helldivers 2 on the go, and you don't have an outlet and it starts dying after an hour and a half. So having a power bank is extremely useful, and there's a bunch of options and most of them are great, but you do need to keep an eye on some specific stuff if you want the best ones for the Steam Deck. So first of all, look out for at least 45 watt max charging throughputs for the power banks. So for example here, this is a 65 watt power bank here. This means that basically it can charge a max of 65 watts through one USB-C port. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. The second thing is make sure that it has ample power. I suggest at least going for like at least a 1500 milliamp hour battery bank. Right here I have a 20,000 here, and this has been enough to essentially almost double to triple my Steam Deck battery capacity essentially on the go, which is extremely nice. So this one is one from Basis that I got for a really good sale, under 40 bucks when I purchased it, so it's really nice. But just keep an eye out for the stuff that I mentioned before, and you should be golden for the most part on power banks. Let's talk about USB-C hubs and docks for the deck. Now, obviously, there are a bunch of options on the market. There's hundreds of USB-C docks. Obviously, if you really just want a dock that is guaranteed to work with the Steam Deck, the Steam Deck dock for the price is basically the best way you're going to go. But obviously, that has some downsides. For one, the form factor may not be for everyone. Regardless, if you want to look at some alternatives, I have some suggestions here. But I also do want to give some tips on it because I know there's so many. So you just got to make sure you got to watch out for a couple of these things. So first of all, this is the one I use mainly. So this is a hyperdrive. This one I actually use for my Mac, but when I use it for my Steam Deck, it works absolutely flawlessly. 10 ports, basically. Has an Ethernet port as well, so I can plug this into Ethernet if I really wanted to. Also comes with an HDMI out. When it comes to the bare essentials for a USB-C hub for the Steam Deck, if you really want the best value, like the most I/O, or the most necessary I/O, it should have essentially one USB port or one USB-A port so you can plug in USB-A peripherals like keyboards and stuff if necessary, a USB-C power delivery port so you can charge it while using the hub, and an HDMI. Obviously, you don't have to go as expensive as this one from Hyper, but look for something with those I/O within, say, like the $30 to $40 range. There's a bunch of options that you can get from there. And also make sure you also don't get from no-name brands. I've had a lot of issues with plugging my Steam Deck into no-name brands USB-C hubs. Either they get ridiculously hot or they just do not work most of the time, so just kind of watch out for that. But if you want to test the waters, then go on ahead. Your mileage may vary. So yeah, just want to keep that in mind. Now, what's here on the right here is an alternative that I've been kind of playing around with. Now, this is mainly used for the Switch, but you can actually use this for the Steam Deck. And that's this JSOX kind of like dock, like outlet hub kind of deal. Now, if you want a super minimalist kind of dock kind of situation where you just want to hook it up to the TV and play your games, and you don't want this like hub to dangle or be super pronounced on your setup, something like this is super nice. Gets out of the way so you don't have to hold this big thing. Now, I do want to say with a caveat, I don't know if the JSOX here can support the 45 watts that the Steam Deck does, but regardless, if you want a minimal solution, definitely take a look for this JSOX one. So last but not least, we got some peripherals here. Now, obviously, you don't absolutely need the peripherals, but if you're planning to navigate through Steam desktop mode for whatever reason, I highly recommend getting a keyboard and mouse just to make that navigation a lot easier. And if you plan to play dock mode, obviously you're going to need a controller. So yeah, these are some of my recommendations, some of the stuff that I've experienced with. So let's get into it. So first of all, I have this really compact, I forgot the name of it. It's from Fosmon, but it's this really small keyboard and trackpad kind of combo. It's not designed to be worked as a productivity keyboard. This is mainly like kind of like a type keyboard for like chatting perhaps, but I use it mainly to just quickly, if I need to quickly navigate Steam desktop mode for whatever reason, I'll just whip this out on the go and just use the trackpad and keyboard to just do whatever I need to do. And that's pretty much it. It's been super useful for that, and I don't really think I need anything else for that. So if you're looking for a super small compact keyboard for those just in case scenarios and you don't plan to use your keyboard and mouse heavily, then something compact like this should be more than enough for that. Otherwise, if you're looking for a more conventional keyboard and say that you're planning to do anything more, you actually plan to use your Steam Deck as either a productivity machine or you plan to play games with a keyboard and mouse, obviously go for a keyboard and mouse, a conventional kind of keyboard and mouse. Now, I would suggest a TKL wireless one, maybe something that's super low profile, and also some keyboard that can fit in your bag, so that way you can carry it anywhere you go along with your Steam Deck if you need to. But something like this Logitech MX Keys is kind of like the perfect fit for this. It's compact enough, around the same size as the Steam Deck, maybe a little bit bigger, but regardless, it fits and it's super compact, and it's a great travel keyboard as well. But if you're looking for more conventional ones, definitely keep an eye out for size. Otherwise, if you don't really care for the size and you plan to only use the keyboard at home, any generic from the hundreds of options of keyboards and gaming keyboards will be fine for the Steam Deck. All right, now moving on to controllers here. Now, this controller I've purchased recently in the past couple of months, and I've fallen in love with it. This is the 8-bit Dough, and I'm bringing this one up because this one is fully compatible with the Steam Deck and SteamOS. Super nice. It's actually made for the Switch, you can tell by the buttons here, but this thing works on PC and Steam Deck. This thing is really, really nice. Has a really cool features. First of all, you can switch between Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz. Steam Deck runs on Bluetooth, so you can easily hook this up. Has quite a bit of feature sets for the price. So has a USB-C port for charging. You have a really nice D-pad here. Hall effect joysticks, so it won't drift. Hall effect triggers, I think, so you get super precise accuracy when it comes to trigger movement. Really nice feeling controller and ergonomics. It's a really sturdy and firm. Great battery life, I will say that as well. And it has two back pedal buttons, or two side buttons that you can assign to. Alongside that, you also have a profile button, so you can assign different buttons to whatever, to different combinations. Basically, this thing is a Pro controller for like half to more than half the price of the Xbox and PlayStation Pro controllers, which is great. And it may have less features, but I think for most people, I think this will have basically 80 to 90% of the features that a more hardcore gamer will want at a really, really good price, or basically the price of a normal Xbox or PlayStation controller. I highly recommend this thing. Really, really nice. I don't think you can get any better in terms of bang for buck. So yeah, obviously if you prefer Xbox or PlayStation controllers, those are fine too, but if you want some value, I do recommend this one. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoy. These accessories here I find are absolutely necessary to really, really enhance that Steam Deck experience. I just wanted to kind of give you guys my experience with all these accessories and all my recommendations and all my experience with them. Stuff that has really enhanced my Steam Deck experience. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Later.